Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. This is your Gen X gamer here, and I'm nostalgic about fast food. I really am. Let me tell you my experience. This is very recent. I went to a McDonald's. The reason I went to this McDonald's is because the outside looked like the older McDonald's. It still has that facade. They haven't changed it. It looks like a late 80s, early 90s. Remember when they had the brick facade, the old red bricks? Anyway, guys, I go in there, and when I walk in there, I start noticing, well, I'm in line to pay on a screen, right? I'm not even ordering food the regular way because they don't have enough people, so everybody's just ordering on the screen. And if you want to order in line, there's a huge line there, so there you go. So then, I place my order, I get my coffee, which is all I'm having, and I thought I'll have a cookie, right? So I said I'll have some cookies. And I remember not too long ago, right, the cookies were 3 for $1. Now one cookie is $1.69. And they're the same size or maybe even smaller. Number one. Number two, there is no dollar menu. There's nothing for $1, right? The value menu is gone. The value menu starts at like $2.39. And you're getting less for your money. And then I'm looking around, right? So I paid for my cookie, I paid for my coffee, and I'm looking around. And none of the things that I grew up with, that we all grew up with, are there. The things that built McDonald's are no longer there. The aesthetic of this place looks like it's a bank. Even the paintings. There is no Grimace. There is no Ronald McDonald. There's no Hamburglar. Nothing. It's not child friendly. There's a display of 2 feet by 4 feet where they have the Happy Meals that nobody's excited about. No kids are going there to collect what they have in their, whatever disaster of a movie that Disney put out. Nobody cares about because the parents aren't taking them. And it's just very plain and dry. It looks like it looks like an industrial eatery that we used to look on films, back in the day, like Brazil. I remember there was a film where it's just a worker, working his ass off, and you're just a number. And it's just surreal, people ordering on screens, and there's not even any chargers. Like if you're sitting with your kids and you want to give them an iPad or something, so they can entertain themselves, since there's no entertainment anymore, there's no playpens. There's no Nintendos like we used to have in the day, like that post that I made. I mean, that back in the day was fun. You would go in there and play Nintendo. Your kid would be playing Nintendo. You could play with them. There was playpens. There was some sort of entertainment. There are still some of those left out there, whether they're Burger King or McDonald's, but there's very few and far between because they don't make any money, and the maintenance on those things is a pain in the butt because people don't know how to act anymore. Right? We have a very soft generation that complains about everything. Not only that, they throw tantrums in public. Who the heck wants to deal with that? No one. These workers don't get paid enough to deal with people's crap. And that's what really is driving everything. There's no chargers anymore, because if they have the chargers, then that attracts the homeless, because here in America, unlike other countries, we give our homeless, instead of helping them, with housing and try to put them in the right path, or actually treat their mental illness, or I don't know, help them with drug addiction and all that stuff. No, we give them cell phones, free cell phones. That's what we do here. And they'll use them, or sometimes sell them, so they can buy more drugs, so we can give them another cell phone. I'm telling you, it was better before. It was better before. And I'm thinking to myself, is this where I want to bring my child, to this cold industrial eatery? No, absolutely not. What what made McDonald's fun when we were kids is no longer there. It's no longer present. It's not a place for kids. It's not a place for kids anymore. Whether it's a toys for a movie that most parents are not taking their kids to because it has to do with subject matters that parents don't feel comfortable talking about their kids when they're, 4 years old or whatever the target audience is. And when you go to these places, when I go to this McDonald's, there's never kids there. Ever. The only time I ever see kids is through the drive-thru. But nobody's staying there at all. So all the experiences that we had growing up are gone, absolutely destroyed. And you can go to different restaurants and it's the same, whether you're talking about, the old Taco Bell, the old Wendy's, things that take us back to our childhood. The food, some of the food might be the same, but the prices are way out of line. Let me tell you. What made McDonald's great, it was cheap food, it was fun. You'd go in there, get out, have a great time, and go. And that is no longer present. You go in there, you eat as fast as you can in this sterile environment that's unwelcoming to children. It's not made for families at all. It's like if you want to have a business meeting there, maybe. You need to sign a contract. Maybe. But no. This is absolutely not somewhere I'm going to take my kid to. And I'm really sad that it's this way. In the few places that you can take your kids now, you got to pay through the nose. Pay through the nose. You want to go to Disneyland, right? You want to have, any type of fun like that? You're looking, just for the tickets alone, depending on the size of your family, you're starting at $500. You're starting at $500 minimum, right? And then everything else, by the time it's all said and done, you might be spending $1,000, $1,200 just to go to Disneyland. That is insane. And that's the way these restaurants are now. They're overpriced. They don't deliver what they used to at all. They're not the experiences that we had growing up at all. And right now, guys, I don't see any reason why anybody would take their kids there. It makes absolutely no sense. We already know it's, the food is junk, right? So the fun was the real reason you would take your kids there. But if you take that away, what the hell are you going there for? Ronald McDonald is dead. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for joining me in this morning full of traffic, thinking about old restaurants. Yep. Nostalgia, baby. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.